The problem is there's going to be malicious people who are going to be like, aye, we're also waiting for the policy.
Fall.
But now they look at the account, who Tebs has got 5 million. Now there's a car now. Now they've paid, and you're like, so when the law takes course, they're going to go and ask questions of, but we see this car was bought 5 days after the deceased passed away. Okay. So that's going to be a problem. And then people are going to be like, but why can't I use this money? It's my husband's. You're like, money. No, legally, you're not allowed to spend that money.
So even in community property, are you protected?
Even in community property. In fact, that's one of the risks of community property, is that your accounts technically are supposed to be frozen until your combined estate is administered. So don't get married in community property. Just don't. But yes, that is the case.
I didn't say
Just don't do it.
I didn't say it.
My sister and I, Divelo, always say it. So with that being said,
not allowed to use the dead person's account as number one.
I mean, well, not to throw shade or anything, but after Senzo Mayua died, and then Kelly Kumalo's mom was driving around in his car, outside of that just not being good,
the mom. Kelly Kumalo's mom, his girlfriend, not even his wife, his girlfriend's mother.
His girlfriend's mom.
Not his own mother.
Driving around in his car and God knows probably using... Oh, let me not even go there. Let me go to what we did see. That's just not it. You're supposed to park that car. The reason being, had they crashed that car, who's responsible for insuring and fixing it? Because now the owner is deceased.
Yeah. So but I'd like to think she didn't know. Umuntu's passed away, imoti bipagwet. Ngiyazi ujola nengane yami sidinga imoto ukuyothenga ukuyolanda ingane of which one of ingane yakhe so ngizoyidriver but angithi siyafundisana manje.
Truth. That's exactly the point.
All right.
Okay, now with that being said, the first cost is obviously the funeral cost, right? So what is an average black person's funeral cost right now? It's about 100,000 because of the coffin.
That's the average.
Yes, that is the average funeral, but that's like one of the lowest funeral or average funeral policy amounts or values.
We'll debate it another day.
50,000 to 100,000, and then you spend all of it in the funeral because uzohlaba inkomo manje si 20,000 all of a sudden. Whenever that happened, your casket is costing about 50,000 because koni show off element, and there's food and the people who start visiting you from the day you find out that you lost your family member until the day after the funeral, and we take about 7 days to bury someone. So there's 7 days of feeding anyone who walks in. You can't and let them come to your house and walk out bengadlanga. All of a sudden, it's not about your loss. It's about the fact that you didn't feed them. And I'm calling them out for that because it's very bad behavior.
It's not Ubuntu anymore.
Yeah, it's not Ubuntu.
It doesn't even need
to
drink. We're not even saying take money. Take a container that you have and scoop rice, maize meal. Take tea bags from the ones you have. Just, if anything, just take the things you'll consume when you're there.
Yeah,
at the very
yourself,
least.
At the very least, exactly.
Least,
as opposed to expecting uhlele matrasini nengane zakhe to take care of you. But sesiyishilo ke leyo. So that's the first cost, it's the funeral cost. Then after everyone has eaten, and also by the way, kukhona lento yokuthatha umphako. Mebehamba labantu umncwabo umusuphelile hayi ingane ngeke kwazi ukusala nenkomo yonke izobola. There they go with isishebo senyanga yonke, and then the kids are left.
Uthi umphako zikami now.
Hayibo. Umpako omncwabo ndiyavi nokudla komncwabo emakhaya uqala siqaleni lapho nje.
No, phela kushona umuntu wasekhaya.
We
nathi just to bamba something.
We uhamba nomlenze wenkomo.
Your suggestion, this is now a cultural moral thing. Your suggestion is when you're going to a funeral, don't leave with food.
Put back.
Leave the food there for the family that's left there.
Because remember, I just told you you're not allowed to use a deceased person's money. So they need this food until the estate is administered.
Some of us come from Joburg, so this becomes the time taste our scones, auntie. That
thing is a flaw. But don't forget as well, even when someone passes away, there's the thing of, no, the leg belongs to the uncle of the cow. No, this one belongs to the aunt.
But is that a bad thing, though? I'm trying to defend around.
No, but I'm just saying, with what we're speaking about, it becomes a problem.
Yes.
Because all the funerals you go to, you know, if the funeral is done and it's a Monday, that house is empty, bro.
Yo,
Like empty. No, next. Everything is gone. Yeah, because
so we're saying people mustn't live with anything.
With that.
No, stop.
Unless explained, this family no longer has access to this man's money.
Unless if there's no one that's taking anything.
How do you mean?
One of my parents or grandparents passes away. Sonke siyongcwaba but sonke sesihlala emadolobheni.
Okay, akekho uzosala. Then you have to go
but makhona abazosala, please don't take anything.
Yeah, imndeni nje muzosala.
Even if ngithumela imali uthi ekuse angibhakele extra scones ebhakedeni.
Yeah.
That's fine.
No, but don't be that guy who proposes
I'm not taking though.
Don't be that guy who proposes to his girlfriend at someone else's wedding. Why unga order ma scone dale ukuba seqedile ukushona?
I never
you see an opportunity now. Ubonile isikhatha ama scones manje.
Say aunties outing actually ibhakede lami eceleni ngizopaka imoto la ufaka ibhakede ngemuva just ungajumpisi.
Yeah, that's ukudla kwasemncwabeni manje. No.
Anyways,
So
okay, sorry.
the funeral cost is a lot. Therefore, I understand why black people focus on funeral policies, but really, Bafetu, that only covers the cost of the funeral. We just discussed what happens when the funeral ends. Okay,
yeah. So look, let me defend them. I'm not a big fan of financial services products.
Sure,
but a lot of them are taking feedback because I see the ads. They're always around. They're starting to add things like imali airtime, imali cross
to arrange the
electricity.
funeral.
I think they're starting to even consider things like cash,
even cattle as well now.
Yeah.
And I think car hire, if I'm not mistaken,
sure.
for the week before the funeral.
Yeah,
But
that's all centered around burying someone. It's so glorified. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
We all know. I mean, I've vocalized it enough. I'm very cultural. Ngikhuliswa ngosiko. You know, Ubaba Mbatha, my dad is a very strict dad. Simulile. All of us. Like I told you, my sister is going to do memulo wake next year and she's 25, you know. So, see, we're very much cultural. Even my mother, she's very spiritual. So, you understand that usiko. That goes to malum. But the lack of information makes you put culture over the well-being of people. And I'm hoping the information can make that balance happen. Sure. But Oksalayo, systematically speaking, you're talking about people catering for the burial. Anything that's got to do with umuntu omnyama is about to fihla. Yes, fanele Metropolitan did a great thing with the Shembe Church. They did a funeral policy that caters to the Shembe burial process.